the city of soundless communication, transmitting meaning through silence, presence, and pure awareness. Opening transmission. Have you ever felt something pass between you and another being without a single word spoken? A current of meaning, a transfer of truth, a deep understanding that seemed to bypass language entirely? Not a thought, not a gesture, yet somehow you knew. This is not imagination. This is not coincidence. This is the beginning of a forgotten power. What if you could speak without your voice, connect without your mouth, transcend the noise of language and reveal your truest essence, directly, precisely, clearly? There is a siddhi, an inner capacity, a pure intelligence of the soul, known by the ancient seers as soundless communication. Let us now enter it completely, beyond thought, beyond sound, into the dimension where pure being transmits pure knowing. 1. The meaning behind all words. Long before speech, before the first mouth opened to name the stars or cry out in pain, there was awareness, and awareness did not speak, it radiated. The earliest communication on earth was not verbal. It was energetic, embodied, transmitted through posture, breath, attention, and deeper still, through stillness. Before languages fractured meaning into symbols, there was only the living field between beings. One consciousness expressing itself in different forms, and recognizing itself again through subtle resonance. The city of soundless communication is not about silence as absence. It is about silence as presence. It is the power to transmit meaning through what you are, not what you say. And in this sacred practice, you do not send information outward. You become so still, so attuned, that meaning radiates from you like warmth from the sun. No pushing, no projecting, only presence. The subtle mechanics of silent transmission. To understand this city, we must leave the throat and enter the space between your breath and your awareness. Soundless communication begins in the heart, but not the physical heart. It begins in the still center of awareness where the intent behind language first arises. Imagine you're about to say something, but instead of speaking, you pause. You hold the energy of what you were going to say in complete stillness and simply feel it. That felt frequency, that concentrated nonverbal intention, begins to radiate outward through your subtle body. And others, who are quiet enough, feel it. This is the true beginning of soundless speech. It bypasses thought, it bypasses the ears, it enters through the field. The same way you know when someone behind you is staring at you. Or the way a baby knows when its mother is sad even if she smiles. These are not psychological guesses. They are energetic truths. This city deepens as your inner noise disappears, because only a quiet instrument can transmit cleanly. When the mind stops interfering, your being begins to speak. 3. The conditions that activate it. For this city to awaken, 3 inner conditions must ripen. First, stillness. Without inner stillness, your signal is noisy. You must dissolve mental commentary, emotional reactivity, and all desire to impress. Second, intentional presence. This does not mean trying to be present. It means you are presence, not as a performance, but as your natural resting state. And third, receptivity. You cannot transmit clearly if you're always trying to be understood. You must become the space through which understanding arises, without ownership. These 3 conditions, stillness, presence, and receptivity, create a kind of energetic transparency, and when that transparency stabilizes, your being begins to speak without sound, with precision, clarity, and love. 4. Real-world evidence and everyday proofs. Though science has only begun to glimpse this domain, there are already studies pointing to what's called nonverbal synchrony. In deep connection states, like between therapist and patient or mother and child, brainwaves can synchronize without speech. Heart rhythms entrain, micro-movements align. But even without scientific proof, you've lived this. Remember the moment when you walked into a room and knew something was wrong? No one had spoken, yet you felt the tension. Or when a loved one looked at you across the room and you instantly knew they were okay, or not okay. We all use this siddhi unconsciously. The path of awakening is to use it consciously, deliberately, lovingly, not as manipulation, but as sacred transmission. 5. How to practice the siddhi of soundless communication. You begin alone. Sit still. Drop beneath thought. Let your breath become shallow, then still. Now, hold a simple intention in your awareness. Not a sentence, not even a word, just the pure felt sense of what you wish to share. For example, the energy of peace or gratitude, or presence itself. Now imagine a being before you, not physically, but in your awareness. This could be a loved one, a stranger, even an animal. Feel the presence of that being in your heart space, and without trying to send anything, simply rest in your intention. Let it become you. This is the essence of the practice. You become the message. You do not deliver it. You are it. And when you carry this into real life, you'll begin to notice something miraculous. People understand you more clearly, even when you speak less. Conflict decreases. Synchronicity increases, and the need to explain, justify, or defend melts away, because you've returned to the original form of communication, before sound, before language, before division. What this unlocks in relationship and spiritual life. In relationship, this siddhi brings profound connection. You no longer rely on words to prove love. You radiate love. Your presence is your intimacy. Misunderstandings become rare, because your being speaks more truth than your tongue ever could. In spiritual life, this siddhi becomes essential, because the highest teachings are not spoken, they are transmitted. The ancient rishis did not write scriptures first. They sat in stillness with their disciples, and their stillness taught more than any book ever could. You do not need to wait until you're enlightened to begin this. Even now, in small, quiet moments, you can let your stillness speak louder than your thoughts. And soon you will discover you are no longer speaking at the world, you are communing with it. 7. Why this siddhi is rising now. In this age of overstimulation and digital distraction, the soul yearns for truth beneath the noise. Words are everywhere, but meaning is rare. This siddhi is returning because humanity is ready again, to feel instead of perform, to transmit instead of convince, to rest in presence instead of chase validation. The new language of awakening is not made of sentences, it is made of states. And those who cultivate the siddhi of soundless communication will become the new beacons, the new teachers, not through speaking louder, but by becoming so quiet that the entire field begins to listen. Advanced practice inner dialogue transmutation. Eventually, you'll notice that your own inner speech, the constant mental commentary, is also a form of noise that blocks your silent transmission. To deepen the siddhi, begin to notice when your thoughts narrate your reality, and instead of arguing with them, let them dissolve into felt frequency. For example, if the thought is, I hope they like me, pause and feel the sensation beneath it. What is its actual energy? Anxiety? Desire? Transmute that into still presence. Let your body become transparent. Let your emotions become space, and let your mind become clear sky. This transforms your entire being into a temple of transmission. And then, without trying, You speak more clearly in silence than others do with words. Closing transmission. Do not underestimate the power of what cannot be heard, for it is the silent ones who carry the clearest message. When your words fall away, when your need to be understood dissolves, when your very being becomes still enough to resonate, you will remember the original language, the language of light, of presence, of being itself. This is the Siddhi of soundless communication, and it is not something you acquire, it is something you remember. You do not send it, you do not control it. You become transparent, and it flows through you, like wind through an open flute, like moonlight over still water, like love, unspoken but unmistakable. If this sacred insight has touched something quiet inside you, I invite you to subscribe and walk with us deeper into these hidden powers. Your presence here is part of the transmission itself. And if you feel called to support this work, becoming a member is a powerful way to help sustain these offerings. May we all remember how to speak without sound and love without needing to explain. Next episode preview. In the next transmission, we will explore experiencing a room without using the body, how your awareness can move through space, read emotion, and feel meaning without even involving your physical form. A revelation of pure perception and the forgotten field beyond the skin.